There is a book that I'm reading titled Confession of an Economic Hitman. Whenever you hear that term hitman, you're thinking of gangster movies, you're thinking of James Bond, etc. Hitman, someone who's a specialist who goes around killing people at Her Majesty's service, or because someone in the higher echelon decides that they need someone taken out. So they hire a hitman, okay? And this man goes around and goes for his target and he kills them. However, what this book is about how recession is all staged. You know, the economy is controlled by the rich, and they can decide whether they're going to create, a disaster in the, economic system. They create, instability while they get richer, the poor get poorer, and it's all planned. Okay, so the book is called Confession of an Economic Hitman, and it makes grave reading because it makes you realize that everything is staged and controlled. This brings me quite beautifully to the climate change activism that is rampant around the world, notably in Britain, where climate change activists they went to Walmart, was it Walmart? No, so Aldi, and they got this one individual, or probably two, and that's it, not even a riot, just two people feeling confident that they can go into Aldi and take all the milk and tipped it all over the floor in the name of climate change. They do this because they want to save your life. They do this because they love you. So they chain themselves onto the motorway. They chain themselves in the most stupid places, putting other people's lives at jeopardy. Confession of an economic hitman. It's all staged, and I'm going to prove my reasons why. These people, you would think to yourself, who are they? I've never heard anyone say, oh, that's my grandpa, oh, that's my mom, oh, that's my sister. No one goes on TV and says, oh, do you know something? I know that person. These people just come out of nowhere and they're angry and they want to go into shops, take all the milk and throw it on the floor. And the whole process is because they care about the planet. And I'm thinking, wait there. Where's all the animal rights activists that used to do that? Now they call themselves climate change. You tell me once. You tell me when is the last time you've heard of an animal activist having that same revolutionary militant? You don't. And I'll tell you why. Just like witches now saying Black Lives Matter, pagans saying Black Lives Matter, all these witches and Satanists saying Black Lives Matter, what they are doing, they're changing their shape like a chameleon to deceive even the very elect. They're changing their shape like a chameleon. So you don't know the root of what they are, what they stand for, and their purpose. In bringing this mutiny, this revolution, what's their purpose? They say it's all about protecting the planet. But have you noticed? All the prosperity preachers, they can fly their private jet, no problem, no harassment. Beyonce, 50 Cent, all these, all these, Eric Clapton, all these people who got their own private jet. And not even an harassment. They fly to one place to another, creating fumes and pollution. and these climate change activists have nothing to say. Nothing to say when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, when Boris Johnson and all these politicians were flying on private jets. These climate activists are nowhere to be seen. So what exactly are they fighting about? If you're fighting about climate change, why are you worried over a single cow? Something does not make sense. What are their motives? When I become suspicious is when, as you know, I used to be into witchcraft. My book, I Left Christianity and Found Christ, goes into it. I was heavily in the occult, into witchcraft, you name it. And I tell you something now. Pagans and witches are the biggest racist. If they want to debate me, come and debate me. Pagans and witches are the biggest racist ever. But you know something? Overnight, Black Lives Matter. They're the biggest champion for Black Lives Matter. No, what they're doing, they're using black causes in order to promote paganism. They're using it in order to promote a God consciousness. That's what they're about. Right? They're not about climate change. They don't care about the planet. They have an ulterior motive. Start to introduce Mother Earth. Start to introduce, taking care of the planet. It's all sinister. But what I find interesting and more disturbing, they're trying to confuse the masses, because Bill Gates, without one person, Canada, a doctor or scientist, this is how they're trying to turn you mad, was saying that eating human meat, although they claim that this was a fact checker, they need to fact check it, but eating human meat is healthier than eating animals. Now you think about that. If this is about climate, if this is about the planet, why you can eat human meat, but you can't eat animal meat or animal products, but you can eat human meat? You break it down, you begin to realize there's something sinister and dark behind it. That they don't mind you killing a fellow human being, as food, as part of the food chain, but you mustn't eat animals. I'm an animal lover. I rescue cats, rabbits, etc. So I'm an animal lover, okay? However, at the end of the day, and that is the whole process does not add up. I want to go even deeper. The reason why I believe that these people are staged and they serve a purpose, right, of creating, how can I put it, unstabilizing, your mental health, right, unstabilizing you. They're trying it with all this gender dysphoria. Now they're doing it with trying to turn the planet vegan. Trying to turn you against the New World Order. The New World Order that book was prophetic, because it goes into what's happening now, where the animals goes against their own nature. And you see what happens in the New World Order. Right? But however, these people, why I think they are staged is because, number one, you wouldn't see me out there going into a shop and smashing down all the milk, etc. Do you know why? Because I would get a conviction and probably lose everything. The only thing I would lose everything for is my faith. That's the only thing. But doing something stupid like that, I wouldn't do it. So who are these people that they're prepared to lose their mortgage, their kids' education? They're prepared to do something stupid and go to jail? No, something does not make sense. They got the confidence to go on the motorway and stop people from doing an honest day's work. No, something does not add up. And when you read the book Confession of an Economic Hitman, you begin to realize that, who was it? Rockefeller, in order to create the New World Order, you have to destabilize, create fear and panic, even if it means using actors and actresses. In order to create the one world religion, you have to create crisis within Christianity itself, within the faith. Put people in it that don't represent God. They're just actors. These priests and I must do some video on that. These pastors and prosperity preachers, they're actors. They're put there to serve the government interest. And in the end, it's always going to create a one world religion, the New World Order. And people don't know what's happening. Why? Because we're fast asleep. We can't see the game that's going on. We can't see it. I need to make more videos in this area. I've only just woke up, so my voice is a bit rough. Right? But we can't see the game plan. How they're manipulating you. They did it with gender. They're telling you 50,000 genders, and you sat there like this. There's 50,000 genders. You believe it. All they do is program you. Say in the name of science. Science that you can't see, that you can't test or evaluate. And they're telling you, well, there's 50,000 genders now. Before they know it, they'll be telling you you can have sex with animals, but they'll program you, program the process. And you'll think, oh no, not me. There are things that you believe in now that 30 years ago, you would never even think about it. That's how they programmed you. There's things that you accept now. The liberal agenda has brainwashed the masses, and climate change and veganism is nothing more than Satan with a smile. Oh, you know something? I care about the planet, climate change, using Black Lives Matter for good measure. Trying to give himself respectability. But you look behind it, what are their purpose? McDonald's and KFC now turning to plant food. The Bible talks about eating food from false gods. You don't know what they sacrificed it to. But however, it's plant food. They did it for your consciousness. Because it's supposed to look after the planet. I don't believe that. There's something sinister behind it. You need to read that book, The New World Order by Lloyd Watson, Fairy Grove. Right? And you will see exactly what's happening now. You will see. Right? That book was prophetic. They're trying to destroy human nature, and people are so fast asleep, can't see what's going on. And the worst thing about it is the poor people who were hit, because they told you can't eat meat, etc., while rich people are flying in private jet, polluting the planet. Nobody's challenging them. Nobody's challenging Bill Gates when he's flying in private helicopter. Can't you see they're brainwashing you? The rich can get away with polluting the planet, but the poor can't. Wake up.